Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. We're just going to dive right in. Today's video has to do with raising standards, has to do with my own personal foundation and self-care and self-love that I have dealt with and used the biggest part of my life. I wanted to share these with you to see if there may be something that you could relate to, and maybe they would help you in your personal foundation and self-care and self-love in your life. So let's just dive in. The notes that I have written down has to do with personal standards, refer to the behavior and actions that I and or you are willing to hold yourself to. You'll find that as you work through your own personal foundation, that you'll be much more easily to expect and to enjoy more of yourself and your behavior, the way that you act. You'll find that out because it's just automatic. It has no choice but to show up because you have set in place things, outcomes that you want to manifestation to take place in your life. And as you say and do the things that you want to take place in your life, they have no choice but to show up. For instance, working out in a gym, doing exercise. You start out. As you keep working out, as you keep going to the gym, as you keep staying consistently showing up, guess what? The weight has no choice but to fall off. You have no choice but to feel lighter and better in your own body. And that applies to a lot of things in our life. So I have some things that I want to discuss as far as raising your standards that applied to me. And so I'm just going to share them with you. So when you have honor and high standards, number one, you will feel very, very good about yourself and about others too. Maybe their standards, maybe they don't have that yet. Maybe they don't even know about it. Maybe that's something that you need to discuss with them and share with them too also. Number two, you become irresistibly attractive to high quality people. Number three, you don't get near people or situations that cause problems. So what happens when one's standards are too low? Well, one continues to operate below the line emotionally. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure this. You'll know. Self-esteem drops. Self-worth is questioned. So let me begin to give you what worked for me, 10 steps in raising personal standards. Here they are. Make a list of people you admire. Identify their admirable qualities, natural behavior, and how they handle tough situations and people. What standards could you raise that would make you more like them, yet still be you today? I do this all the time. And it's not hard to do. It really isn't. It's real simple. The next one is start being unconditionally constructive every single time you open your mouth. Yet still say all you need to say. Some people that's hard to do. But as you do it consistently, every time it gets easier and easier and easier. Stop spreading gossip, good or bad, about anyone. Let go of the standards you believe you should have. Make a list of 5 to 10 standards you most want and are ready for today, that you are ready for them. Understand that standards are a choice, not a requirement. You get to choose. The next one, fully respond to everything that occurs in your space. Assume you had something to do with it, but don't take the blame. Just handle it and raise your standard so it doesn't happen again. I've had to do that quite a few times. Always put people and relationships ahead of results. Always put your integrity first, needs second, and wants third. The next is understand that others are right and so are you. And the next one, always maintain a reserve of time, money, love, and wellness. This is something that you may have to practice every day, every month, every year, because you're always growing. You're always evolving. These things change, and sometimes you have to tweak how you communicate this to others because they're not on the standards you are on. And there's nothing wrong with that. When you see that in an individual, there's no condemnation there. There's no shame there for that individual. But you'll know how to talk to that person. I have eventually, and I do it in a good way, to let people know, man, you need to get your thinking up. It's really simple. Need to get your thinking. Well, how? So, okay, Deb, you tell me how to get, you say that, so show me how. Tell me how. And if they're willing and wanting to, and I ask them those questions, then if they are really wanting to, they'll begin raising their personal standards. And that's what I like to do. I like to help people out. I like to encourage people. Get your thinking up. Raise your standards. You know? If it's just a little bit. So, anyways. Glad you found me. Glad I found you. Leave me a comment in the comment section below. Give me a thumbs up if you like this. Let people know about it. See you again next week.